Hello, sweet friend. My name is Maike, and in this video, I would like to decorate another weekly spread in my traveler's notebook passport size with you. If you're new here, I'm using these kinds of weekly spreads as an overview of my week and to just get a highlight reel of my year in this format. So yeah, and I'm just in the mood to play with some fall stickers. These are my printables from Cat Collage Club. And then I have some cute little PET tapes. This is from Nettle and Twig, and some washi and some other stickers right here in my sticker books. So yeah, we're just gonna have a cozy, low-key, chatting, putting stickers down session. So, and to get us started, I know that on the 1st, I released my printables, so I would like to pick one of these to signify that. And I don't know, do I want to start with a witch or a cat? This would be cute. She's picking out the pumpkins. That would be nice. So this is the 1st of October. I'm about 2 weeks behind, but that's fine. All stress-free. So we could do her, which would be lovely. But this one, I think she's one of my favorites because, I don't know, she looks so cute, but then with that knife, it's such a nice juxtaposition. Yeah, maybe I'll do her. And so I think it's nice to figure out one of the stickers, and then I can sort of build the color palette around that, even though fall is pretty easy to do because, you know, you get a lot of the neutrals, and so most things sort of go together at the very least. But yeah, so we'll start with her, but I do think I want to break up this white also here in these beginning stages with some washi, and I'm just looking. I mean, I have these two. This is a very much a standard combination. I don't know if you go-to washi combos that you like to do often. And since we are getting into the darker months here, I might also introduce this black with the white flowers, which is nice. Gives a lot of contrast, but that might be fun. Or we can keep things a little lighter and more colorful. There's this here. But I'm not sure. That might be a little much. I think that's going in a different direction. Don't you think? Yeah, I think so. Okay. We'll not do this then. And then what about... Oh, there's also this. Yeah, something along the lines of this might be nice. So we'll play around with that. I really need some sort of yellow ochre washi tape. That would be good. Because I love yellow ochre. And I feel like it comes up often. But anyway. Maybe this is also a nice way to bring in some of those darker colors. But it's so soft because it's this hand-drawn, or what I presume to be like a hand-drawn plaid. And so it has this very soft texture to it, which is nice. All cozy. And I'm just gonna go wherever I feel like going. I know that I'm also covering up parts of the dates, but in general, I feel like it's fine. Like, I'm getting more or less a glimpse of what months we're in, so I'm not sweating it all too much. We'll see if that is going to annoy me in a couple of years when I look back at these. It's like, what time was that? I often find that with sketchbooks too. I'm so in the moment with my sketchbooks, and of course I remember. And then looking back, it would be like, oh, it would be really handy to have a couple of dates here and there, or a couple identifying notes that just clarify some things about the context, you know? Yeah, I've been trying to work on that for sure. Yeah, and this is my absolute favorite washi. I think it's so cute. I put that everywhere. I have noticed I don't mind repeating designs. I don't care if I constantly combine the same washies in a way, you know. It's not really, that doesn't bother me. And it's fine, like, if somebody wants a little bit more variation with their spreads, that I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. And then we can see if we want to bring in some of this darker stuff later, or even the brown. I also do have, in this printable collection, I did do, if I can find it, these kind of patterns to use similar to washi, except that it's obviously printed on sticker paper. So, you know, I can always pull these out if I need to, but I think I'm good for now in that regard. So we're gonna have this one here on Wednesday. I know that for sure. Do I already want to glue her down? Why not? Right? I mean, I know I'm gonna use her, so not being too fussy, or trying to anyway. So I have been a little bit more broad with my notes on the days because I've been forgetting to take them the day off, and that's a little sad because I've noticed if I don't write down my notes about the day right away, the notes that I do have tend to be a little bit more broad, less specific, and I do sometimes like the more specific snapshots, you know? So I'll have to work on that. We have some workout things to journal about on Monday and Tuesday. I might try and draw something for that, or do something decorative. Or can we find some sort of cute nettle and twig animals that we can want to put in? That one is sleeping. That would be funny, sort of after workout, but I think it's a little big. If it was leaning the other way, then that would work. Some of those hedgehogs are so cute. I mean, this is just one snippet. We also have the... Oh, and this is the spring roll. That doesn't really match. Ooh, some of this we could use. I did have quite a few drawing days. But let's stay with this. Maybe we'll do the, or this fox. Also very big. Could do something like that. That would be funny to just have them going in a row. I know it doesn't look like sports, but something about that, I feel like that's funny. I think her art is so funny. Like the animals have often a funny expression just by way of the eyes. I think it's very adorable. Let's see here. Let's go until here. This was before we had more of the Kiss Cut tapes. But I think this is cute just as a row. I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. Just cut around a little bit to get less of that shiny plastic. Also because then I'm leaving myself less writing space with that plastic. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna sort of have them going right here as if they're walking somewhere, parading somewhere after workout. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. You may notice that this is a different tabletop. I am changing some things around, trying some stuff out. I am someone who is very much in love with sitting on the floor, always have, even as a child. My mom would always comment how when she came in and I would be doing homework, I would often just sit on the floor in these awkward positions, and she would always wonder how I could be comfortable, but I just prefer that over sitting at a normal desk or in a normal chair. And so I caught up on journaling on Thursday, but I don't think this is gonna fit. I never thought these would be too big. Interesting. I'll have to do something else. Okay, I'm trying to decide on stickers and tell you what's going on with my desk at the same time, and it's not working out so great. Yeah, so a couple, like maybe 2 years ago or something like that, I bought, this is an IKEA coffee table, one of the cheap ones, and I had the legs cut down to size to where it's the height of some of the Japanese tables to sit at on the floor, and I love it. But I have had it in storage for a while, and I've just been feeling like giving it another shot, and I'm not even sure if you can see all of this. Oh, here's some journals. If I don't want to just, oh yeah, let's do this here. And so, yeah, just like this cat. This is sort of my setup right now, and I'm giving it another go as my main desk to journal at and draw at and work at. We'll see. It's definitely different. If you forgot to bring something to your table, you have to get up. But that's part of the health benefits of having a table like this, is that you do shift your position more. And as someone who tends to sit for long periods of time because of drawing while sitting, and not noticing that I haven't moved in a while, it's actually pretty good that I have to shift my legs and, yeah, potentially have to get up more and all that kind of stuff. And there's some other, things about how it engages your back muscles and things like that. I don't know if I could tell you all the things, but yeah, so I'm trying that. We'll see. Maybe we can put some sort of tea somewhere. We'll find a place. And there's some other cute fall things that we can scatter throughout. I love fall for stickers and putting little things everywhere. It's so easy to be seasonal with the fall stuff. And maybe that's true for all seasons, and I just find it easier with the fall stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about journaling here, and what else do we have? On Friday I made some blueberry muffins. Do I have muffin stickers or baking stickers? Don't know, so that might be also something that we could maybe draw. Here I had a post office run that was very annoying. Oh yes, yeah, I have a witch that delivers some mail. She might be too big, but maybe it doesn't matter if I just want to journal about muffins and it's, yeah, look, she can sit right here. Yeah, not everything needs to have a sticker, right? So we can just have her sit here, and then the journaling goes here, and then that's connected. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that works just fine. So, how are you doing? I must say I have not been journaling a lot. I'm just very busy right now. And so I've not really had a lot of time or mental bandwidth really to sit down with my journals, which is kind of sad. But this is nice, sharing this time with you and sitting here and catching up a little bit. Oh yeah, and then on Sunday I had some fun with drawing just for myself. So we could do this and then go over. So this is, if you're not familiar, this is the layout that the official Traveler's Notebook weekly passport insert has, and they always have this box at the bottom Is it a box? There might also be some sort of calendar overview in there of the month, maybe. And I like to use that for just a general observation about the week, how the week has been going, or in this case, I'm just gonna use it for more space to stick stickers in. That's always good. So we're gonna cut this out with those little pencils. Are you all set for 2026? I am still... Some things are still up in the air for me, and I'm going to get a planner soon, and then there's maybe 1 or 2 journal things that I'm still having my eyes on, but right now I'm in no rush, so we'll see. Yeah, that can just go right there. Yeah, I'm trying not to be stressed about it. And it seems like, just out of curiosity, I have checked in with the Hobonichi website every now and again, and I feel like this year things have not sold out like they usually do. I don't know if that has something to do with the fact that if you are in America and ordering covers, that it comes with a planner, so people are less inclined to buy multiple covers to have more, to be more picky, I guess, more decisive right out of the gate, or if, yeah, with the tariffs, people have bought more from local sellers. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think there's only been a few things that have sold out, and even those obviously are coming back in stock, so, you know, yeah, I think that's very fascinating. I always like to, I don't know, let me know if you do this, but I like to look at the lineup and then try to figure out what I think will sell out, and then it's kind of interesting to see whether or not you're right about that. I don't know. It's just one of those things to play around with. That is very green. I feel like, but I did play also with ink, so that would be perfect. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Yeah, I feel like now this gray color is a little too cool for how overall warm this spread is. Do I want to take that off? Am I that picky? Maybe. Well, before I do that though, let's see what would I change it for? Because if I don't have anything to change it for, could do this lighter brown or the darker brown. See, I wish I had a color like this. But also this is overall more yellow leaning than, for example, she's more of like the red peachy. I do think this would make a difference. Let's see here. And then all of a sudden the green isn't so bad anymore. Well, I mean, it would come off, but I wonder also if we just leave it in and it's just really faded in the background, or is this just gonna be all way too much and get muddy? Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna take it off. I'm in the mood to be picky. Okay, so take this off, take that off, and luckily I haven't really stuck any big stickers over this. But yeah, I tend to like to, get some color on the page with some washies, and then pick some of the major stickers that I feel like is a good representation of my week, and some weeks it's easier than others to find stickers that match. And I mean, you know, you can have fun with them. It's like, since I've started working out more regularly, so obviously that would be maybe boring if I always use the same way of representing my workouts. Yeah, and so then I pick the big stickers, and then you can get smaller and smaller with the stickers and the little things. I do love when people do these kinds of weekly spreads and they also have a lot of stamps. I feel like it's fun when there's all these different textures, but I don't have that many stamps, and I always forget about them. Maybe I need to store them differently. Have you noticed that with yourself, where if you change the way you store a stationary item, that you're more inclined to use it? And what is going on here? Yeah, that's what I wanted to. And I'll be able to use that washi tape somewhere else. No, washi tape goes to waste. Most of the time not. I just this week saw a video, and I hope this is not, I don't want to stir up any, would that be gossip? But somebody made a video about stationery items that they think are overhyped. And I get where they're coming from. And it is a very personal opinion, right? Some people use this more, some people use that more, and some people don't see why somebody would use something. And I always think of that as, you know, we can have a conversation about that, and I'm always curious what other people find useful, and the way they use certain stationery items. And it's all a matter of personal opinion. So, you know, is this still not the right thing? Maybe it's not. Maybe we just swap it for the tea. So this person was saying that they think washi tape is overhyped. And again, it's a personal opinion, but they were saying that it, you know, it doesn't stick, and what do you do with that? And I don't know. There was something in the tone that made it a little bit more less of a personal opinion, but it's seemingly more like that nobody is using washi tape, or that very few people use their collection. But I don't know. Something in the way that was phrased was sort of like, well, but just because you don't seem to you think that, you know, it's not as useful as people make it out to be. That's fine, but don't come at the people who like using washi tape and who use their collection well. And I don't know, kind of interesting. Yeah. And the washi tape conversation wasn't as, I do think that one can have too much washi tape, and then you end up with washi tape that'll be not sticky anymore because it's so old. So, you know, I get that. It's not like there's no conversation to be had about washi tape consumption. But the way they talk, they also brought up pencil boards, and that pencil boards are just a useless item. And again, like, it was more maybe in the way that I perceived they were phrasing it, that irked me a little bit, because it's like, it's okay for you to not use it and feel like you've wasted your money on pencil boards. But I know lots of people, and have heard of lots of people, and myself included, who find really good use in pencil boards. I have a pencil board in every one of my journals, and whether I use it to bookmark my place, to put on some sticky notes to use later, or as often intended to use the guide for my plain notebooks, or to help with, you know, if you're using a ballpoint pen, that it's not, it makes the paper less fluffy, or when I was using my Hobonichi Cousin, all that fluff on the one side, and it was hard to write on. Like, I literally had to use a pencil board because otherwise it was super hard to just write on it. Anyway, I'm getting... Again, I don't mean to make this a thing, but it was just a little bit like, oh, come on, you know? Leave some space for people to have other experiences than yours before you call pencil boards useless, you know? And maybe I misunderstood, you know, I do want to leave room for that. I'm obviously also maybe a flawed human that mishears and misremembers even, or has their own biases, but yeah, I don't know. I think that conversation about what is or isn't, what you find useful or not useful, can be had with maybe a different tone. That's all I'm saying. Okay, cute. I think this is getting, I mean, obviously with this wonderful tape, there are so many little, you know, mushrooms and doohickeys that we can keep going and going with this. I did actually pull out this PT. I keep forgetting that I have this. I think it's just one loop. And there are these vintagey frames. And some of this is maybe a little bit more vintage than I tend to go for. But I thought with fall and with the colors, that might be nice as a background element. But obviously I totally forgot to use it because we could have... maybe it's a little too yellow for this spread, but, you know, that could have been nice. But, maybe not. I don't know if I like that there or not. I did also want to check, because I do remember that I have these. Well, these are awesome, but they're obviously really, really big, but super fun fall. But let me check. I'll find the other stickers that I was gonna use real quick. Here they are. Here are these little, very delicate flowers. These are really fun to use. And maybe I've already put so much stuff in my spread that these are not gonna fit at all anymore. Maybe that's a sign to stop. Can we put these together somehow in some sort of configuration? A little bit like coming out of the spine there. Oh, whoops. Okay, that's not a sticker yet. To peel the backing off. Yeah, okay. Like that, maybe? I think that's cute. I always like when things kind of grow out of the spine or just slightly overlap, and then you can kind of bridge, like bring the two sides together. Well, maybe I should do that. Oh, but I don't. Oh, maybe this. Like sort of they have a common origin, but then they go like that. I think that's cute. What do you think? All right. I think I should add my journaling, my words, before going any further and not having any space for that anymore. Yeah, I'll do that and then I'll show you the final result. And here it is, all filled in. It looks really cute and really satisfying. I've left myself just the right amount of space for my notes, so yay me. It's the small things sometimes. And this ink, if you're curious, is Octopus Fluids Caramel. It's a lovely, warm, orange-leaning brown. When you first start writing with it, it looks quite red, but then it dries down to more of a orange brown. So that's helpful at all. I think it looks really nice with the stickers we put down. And I have that in this sailor with a steel nib and a fine nib. And this was a lovely gift by the wonderful Elyse from Whole Latte Plants. Thank you so much, Elyse. This is a wonderful writer. And yeah, couldn't be happier with how that looks. It is interesting to note this insert, which is the green passport insert, sometimes it feathers, like inks feather no matter what ink is in there, and that's a new experience to me. Usually I use Midori notebooks a lot, and inks don't tend to feather on there, especially reliable inks, and I know how these perform, so it must be the paper in this specific insert. So I'm not sure if it's because it's white Midori paper or because it has that grit on it, if that changes how the paper works. I'm not sure. I don't know. If you know, I would love to hear your thoughts, or if you had experiences like that. Kind of interesting, but yeah. Alrighty, I hope you got some journaling done as well, or had a lovely time. If you want to keep going, here are some more Journal With Me videos if you want to share some more crafty time with me. And other than that, leave me a orange emoji if you want to let me know in the comments that you have gotten to the end of this and want to boost the video. That would be wonderful, and I'd appreciate it. But other than that, thank you so much for sharing this time with me, and until next time, happy journaling.